when they gave me a copy of the agenda tonight, they did limit all the speakers to 2 minutes, and with the exception of the Gomez's, nobody stayed to that. They did not limit Richard at all, and so they knew that well, and they gave me 4 minutes, and so I'm going to try to do my best to stay to that. But I also want to tell you it's my privilege and pleasure to be here and to talk to you about 3 things. As it's leaked out in the last few days that Jeff Williams was likely to announce for mayor, and people have understood my support for him, they've really asked me 3 questions. Why Jeff? Why now? And what's he going to do? Well, everyone who's ever met Jeff Williams knows he's a really nice man. They know he's a family man. They know he's a man of faith. They know he's a loyal person. They know he's a community person. They know he will give the shirt off his back and then some for anybody and everybody in the city of Arlington. Those are given about his character, about who he is. But what he also does is so important is that he listens. He hears what people say, and then he acts on that. And really, those are 2 great definitions of a leader. It's not so much the flowery speeches or the ribbon cuttings or the groundbreakings or all the things that you get the trappings of glory of the office for. It's if you listen and you act and you lead accordingly. And that's what Jeff does. Second thing people ask me is, why now? And by the way, just so you know, I mean, I'm by trade, I was a litigator and then a car dealer, and that's what I've done. So I kind of want to do the deal today, kind of personality. But I also believe in talking upfront and honestly. So I probably was the first person to go in and see Mayor Club. Let's put that name on the room here. And say I was going to support Jeff Williams. Did that a week ago. I didn't want him to hear about it from anybody else. I didn't want him to read about it anywhere else. And so you're asked the question, why? Why now? Particularly when you've had a long-time mayor that's been very popular and has done well for the city of Arlington. And here's my answer, and it goes back a little bit in time in history. And I've been privileged to be the son of a man who was mayor for 26 years here, and the business partner of a man who was the mayor for 10 years here. At first, when my father became mayor in 1951, when he was 25 years old, and 7 years before I was even born. So I obviously wasn't here for that event. But he challenged a popular incumbent mayor, B.C. Barnes. I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 people in the audience who remember him. Great gentleman. Served several years for mayor of Arlington, Texas. And he won that race. It was a civil race, but it was an aggressive one. It was about the difference between what we do today, which people were happy with, versus what we can be, which is what my father represented as that 25-year-old person. And that's what Jeff, to me, it's not what we've done or where we are today, it's what we can be tomorrow. And that's where Jeff Williams is, where we can be tomorrow. It's important that we do that. It's important that we seize the moment when he's ready to run. And he's ready to run, he's prepared to lead, and it's important. And I have to give a little bit of homage to my partner behind me, Richard Green. I watched, and that I was privileged to see as a 10-year business partner of his, and I watched him seize opportunity after opportunity, take challenge after challenge and address them. And he certainly gets credit for the ballpark in Arlington, I'll always call it that. And honestly, if you could name it after Richard Green, I'd be okay with that too. He would deserve that. But he also took challenges behind the scenes, like the saving of the General Motors plant here in town, which is important to our heritage. And he made sure that we had a good partnership with the school system, both UTA and the public education system here. He made sure we had good relationships with Dallas and Fort Worth and all the other communities here. And he also made sure that we were nobody's damn suburb. And that leads up to that last question, what's Jeff going to do? Again, everybody's talked about what he believes in, his character, and who he is. Well, I've been privileged to work with him in several capacities, and he's nicer, more pleasant than I'll ever be. He's not near as blunt as I am, and maybe not in my case, but he's a businessman, and that's sometimes a dirty word in today's political world particularly, but he's a businessman. He understands the bottom line, but more importantly, he understands about economic development and what it takes to bring people here. He understands the importance of a good road system, of a good infrastructure system, of good water supply. He gets that. I don't have to talk much about it, and I don't have to get him to come and be here. Every day for the last 8 years of my life, every single day, business day, and my wife Kristen would attest to probably a lot of weekends too, I talk to, I meet with city leaders, county leaders, state representatives, state senators, and state officials about transportation and about infrastructure every single day. And I watch those communities, those counties that get ahead. And it's because they are proactive, they are engaged, and they're looking out for their community. They're working with others to be sure, but they're looking out for their community. And that's what we need. We do not have that today in the manner and the method in which we need to have it. And we need it, and he can deliver it. So I'm happy to be here. Delighted.